All right, so going ahead and putting it into drive is very straightforward and down. You do have an S mode for your transmission to go ahead and simulate gears, but remember, this is E-CVT. So when it comes to this engine, this is the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that we've seen in many other Toyota products entirely. This one right here is producing 236 horsepower and 263 foot-pounds of torque. And as we set off, let's go ahead and give it some gas. Honestly, good power delivery, very good. It gets you up to speed really quickly. And also the E-CVTs are very impressive. I love the way the E-CVTs work for the Toyota products. Not so much the Honda products. I don't think they're really good, but Toyota does a really good job with their CVT entirely. So if we go over here and make a turn, very good overall movement. And yes, even though this is a hybrid and it does weigh a little bit, you don't feel a lot of body roll when it comes to going around curves, but very nice. And the suspension feels really good. It doesn't feel too firm. It's not soft. It's kind of like a perfect medium. A lot of brands have an issue when it comes to a off-road vehicle. They tend to make it a little bit harsher, a little bit more bouncier for the intrusions of maybe whenever you're going on the trails. But this vehicle is actually really good in terms of road use. You're not going to really feel too much of that bumpiness. And we'll continue over here and seeing how it feels. But honestly, first impressions, very good suspension as well as steering feel. It feels pretty light. We'll test out the sport mode to see if that does change in its overall characteristics. All right, so setting off, let's go ahead and accelerate. And as you see, it transitioned from the EV mode to gas mode because we started accelerating. Very nice. I like the view out of this vehicle with the two style design they have for the hood. You can kind of see your overall approach angle when it comes to going off-road. I really like the way it's designed, but you can also tell exactly where you are in the middle of the lane. Very impressive. I like that feature a lot because usually with cars that have flat hoods, you can't really tell exactly if you're in the middle of the lane or if you're more towards the left or to the right. With this, you can actually tell exactly where you're at. You're dead center in the middle. All right, so what we're gonna do now is go into sport, and I'm gonna give it some juice around this corner. Wow, that was a really good pickup right there. And as you see, we're already up to speed. Wow, that's impressive. The way the car kind of propelled forward from the rear due to the electric motor that it has, pushed it forward, and then the gas engine actually assisted with that overall, helping assist around that corner. I just like it. I really am impressed with this vehicle. You can hear that 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. I'm really happy to hear an actual gas engine underneath the hood. I can only imagine what the plug-in hybrid's gonna do when it comes to overall performance. It's gonna be insane. It's actually gonna be very incredible. Now, these brakes are actually pretty good when it comes to stopping. You don't have to put too much input into the actual brake to go ahead and stop. These are the smaller calibers. When you go for the plug-in hybrid, you're gonna have a larger caliber and also disc design because of the fact that it is a plug-in hybrid. It kind of needs it because of all the weight that's increased in terms of also power delivery for that vehicle. But we're gonna go ahead and continue on with this review. I will say I do have the tag back there, so there is a little bit of noise coming from the back just because of the tag. But when it comes to overall sound intrusion from the tires, which is the all-terrain tires, it's actually not that bad. Of course, when you go up to speed around 70 miles per hour on the highway, you probably might hear it a little bit more, but it's actually not that bad in this vehicle. It's actually very good. And continuing on, as you see, really good power delivery. We're actually going to drop it down into normal mode, and then we're also going to put EV mode to see if it works. So right now I have it in EV mode. And as you see, it doesn't kick on the engine. We're around 22 miles right now. And of course, whenever you apply the brakes, what's going to happen is that the regeneration from the friction is actually going to feed back into the battery to go ahead and give it a little bit more battery capacity. But as we continue on right here, accelerating a little bit, I want to see at what point. Okay, there we go. So around 28 miles per hour is when the engine decided to go ahead and kick on. And I think that has to do with the overall battery itself. Maybe it's probably low in percentage, but it's actually not too bad. I'm really happy to see that you can just put in EV mode. Maybe driving around the neighborhood, you can go ahead and do such as well. So as you see, it kind of kicked back on the engine. So it does do that ever so often. It's very normal for a hybrid vehicle to go ahead and do such a thing. Now I will say, I know a lot of people didn't like the fact that they included these, larger screens compared to what it was before, and there's no cal for the actual digital gauge cluster, but the layout is very, very nice. The overall appearance to it with this more 10.5-inch touchscreen display, I like this appearance more because it's smaller compared to the larger one. I am indifferent when it comes to larger screens. I like the more smaller ones because I think this is a perfect size. I think that the 12.9 is a little too big in my opinion, but it's actually really good. All your touch points are right there. You have everything embedded in there. You have your navigation that you can go into. Of course, right now it's not available. Once you have your Apple CarPlay, it's going to take up the screen, and it's very snappy and responsive compared to what the older units were. The older units weren't very snappy. They were a little laggish. And they have, of course, when it came to Apple CarPlay, there was a lot of disconnection that was usually always going on. And I'm sure that Toyota went ahead and approved it for this new generation and the new OS system they have in here. But it's actually really nice. I like the way that it's designed entirely. And the touch points on this vehicle is just beautiful. I do like it. I would have liked to see a little bit of padding over here on this section right here. Because that, when you hit your knee against that, it's gonna hurt a little bit because it's a plastic cladding. But other than that, I mean, it's actually a very nice interior, and then you have some space down here to go ahead and put like snacks. I'm usually a snack person. I like to put like my bars right there to go ahead and eat, but it's very nice. Overall design, very nice interior. And like I mentioned, the section of where this is at right here, being higher up, is just a nice placement because you can easily just rest your hand there and use the windows. And it does have automatic all four for all the windows, which is very impressive. So what are my conclusions thus far with this RAV4? Well, I think that they did a great job with it. They made a lot of improvements that many of the older customers complain about. The new power for this model with the hybrid assist and the fact that we have a new plug-in hybrid as well with making more horsepower is very important when it comes to a vehicle of this size. A lot of customers always look for a little bit more performance, and especially when it comes to this landscape of how contested it is with, you have the CR-V, you have the new Mazda CX-5 that's going to be coming out. You have loads of competition in this field, and Toyota continues to improve, and that's why so many people end up buying the RAV4. It's just a great all-arounder vehicle. It's great performance, has great amenities, has loads of safety features, and it looks really, really good in terms of the overall design layout. Fantastic job to Toyota. I think you guys nailed it with the overall design and also the powertrain. This is very impressive. I really like it. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much to South Dade Toyota for allowing me to film this vehicle. If you guys are interested in purchasing any Toyota products whatsoever in the future, make sure to go ahead and contact Leo. He'll be able to assist you. With that being said, make sure to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.